What's happening?
There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the water?
I don't know, there's just something in the fucking water.
You built a lot of facehuggers that could do different things, like swim and jump around. Did you have nicknames for the different types of facehuggers?
I think we did actually on the day. I try to remember what they had, but you know, when you work with the puppeteers and you have practical ones, particularly when there's more than one on screen, the puppeteers give them like silly names all the time, like Rhonda and Wanda and Barbara. It's just like, so when you ask as a director which one needs to jump, you have to call them by their names. Otherwise, it's hard to say, you know, the one in the back, the one in the top, they all look the same. So you have to give them names. So yeah, they had all kind of the silliest names that you could imagine.
The film has a countdown element, and it seems to correspond with the running time. Was that something you intended from the beginning?
Yeah. You want to make sure that when you put a clock in a movie, that it is at least, you know, the time that is not shorter than the time that it remains in the movie. So yeah, I think it's my movies tends to be in general quite real time, right? This is no exception. I like stories that really don't give you any rest and just keeps going and going, and that usually end up for a story that almost takes place in real time.
Should be in and out in 30 minutes.
The crew in this film is only 6 people, which is the smallest crew in any Alien film. Did that put you under pressure to step it up during the death scenes because there couldn't be that many?
Yeah, I think, but that's good. You know, when you really can, you know, dedicate good time to each one of the deaths, and no one just die and disappear quickly. It has to really, you have to give it their moment. I think it's actually a good thing. So it's, I didn't see it like pressure actually. So it's like a privilege to be able to have this amount of characters. When if they're gonna die, you know, when they die, you can really give them a proper send-off. Right?
What I really liked was the sound design, especially the heavy sounds of the aliens walking. How did you achieve these heavy walking sounds?
Well, you know, that's a question for the sound team, but definitely we wanted to, you know, trying to make it scary and as present and as real as we could. So a lot of times it's actually the practical effects. Sometimes when we had a guy in a suit or we had an animatronic like that, those are the steps of that heavy thing, like actually on set, just like the voices. And you always enhance on the sound design, but it was really based on how that thing sounded when it was walking in catwalks on the set, because it was a big thing.
David Johnson's character is the android Andy, also known as ND-255. Why exactly 255?
Well, you gotta go to the canon. There's nothing specific about that number that I can remember, or that I wouldn't be surprised if it was something that might have been a reason that I forget. When I write these things, nothing is just chance. There's usually a reason for it, but you gotta go. Each one of these models, they have a specific number, like like Ash in the first film and Bishop in the second one. They always have a number and a serial number. So it probably you got to look at all of those in order, and I'm sure there will be some meaning hidden in the sequence of numbers of these models.
When this film was announced, there was a lot of speculation. What was the strangest fan theory you came across that was like completely wrong?
I never like to tell people they're wrong with their theories. There's nothing I love more than real wacky like theories of what they think is going to happen in the movie. It's a really good question. I wish I could remember, but I'm a person that reads everything online. You know, I really love to. That's how I experience the fun of my movies coming out, to really follow people's reaction online and their theories. And I watch a lot of the YouTube videos these days of people theorizing about what it's going to be about. For the most part, a lot of them were actually right. There was a lot of theories that I thought were great because they were actually correct. And I was like, oh, can't wait for them to see that they're right with this one. But then I try to remember, I have to, you should have me at the beginning, else I could think through the whole interview, which one is it? But I know I'm going to remember what this interview is done. But there There was some crazy ones out there, but at the moment, yeah, I cannot remember no one specifically. But I love crazy fan theories.